Okay, so we're very pressed for time. Emmanuel, just tell us exactly what you saw. Did you see bodies? Where did you see them? Did you see any government official, any presence of, any intervention? Let us know.
Okay, let me first start with clarifying that where this thing happened was on a plot of land. Like, the plot of land is so big, like, let me say, like 6 plots of land is in the middle. This 6 plot of land is all field, is all swampy. Now, it's cut across 2 areas. One is the railway line where we have the railway track go through, and at that very point in time, there's something like a moat where you have the SPDC pipeline cut across. Now, on the other edge of it, we have the Kana Hospital. Now, that place is very accessible for you to access the pipeline. That one is directly where the pipeline is, but for you to access where the pipeline is, you have to go through a swamp forest, which I went through yesterday, and coincidentally I met NSCDC there yesterday, and we all went through that area. So on that Kana Hospital area of it, you can't actually see the dead bodies. Why? Now, the reason why you can actually see the dead bodies from that angle is that the swamp is thick. We just have the pipeline there, and you can't advance much into the swamp from that angle.
Okay, so from which angle can you see the
Now,
bodies?
the angle where you can see the dead bodies is through the railway line, which no government official has been able to access, which the NSCDC has not been able to access. They weren't able to access that way. Now, through the railway line, you have to trek like 8-10 minutes to get to that very point. You can't take your vehicle past that place. Yes, you can't take your vehicle past that place because it's just a railway track. You have to go through the railway track to get to that point. So probably it's one discouraging a lot of these persons from going there. But that is where you have people pull out the remains of others. I just show you a picture of a body that was still there as of yesterday.
All right, you went there yesterday. The first person video you sent to us, the gentleman was saying he pulled out bodies. Do you think it's possible that you had when they say at least they pulled out at least 20 bodies? You think that's possible?
No, they actually were not able to pull out 20 bodies because it's probably people, like I said, people that were at the edge.
Or at least they said 20 were burned to death. That's a reported body.
Yes.
We have some of the agencies disputing the figure. So how do you come by this 20?
Okay, so from my interview of people around that place, and even have personal conversations with people there, they said at least 11 bodies had been pulled out.
Okay.
Now, I met 2 on ground, that was 12. Now, I advanced to the point, and I saw like 5 child bodies in the swamp that were not accessible.
You say so one, his hand was stuck in the air?
Yes, his hand was stuck in the air, like he was totally inside the swamp. It was just the hand that was coming out. So there are many bodies that I feel that are buried inside that swamp.
Okay. Well, first there was a smell like in the area.
Okay, on the first day when I got there on Saturday, the smell was all ashes and burnt. Then yesterday we started having smells of rotten flesh and burnt flesh. That kind of smell started coming out.
Was it really?
Like the picture I showed you, the guy was already swollen.
Heavy? Was it heavy? That's what I mean.
It was not that heavy because it just rained. Right. It just rained yesterday.
Okay. So what do you say to the reports coming in? From the NSCDC. There's some conflicting reports.
Fine. Just like I said to one of their men yesterday, they should not only go from one angle. When we talk about stories, when we talk about news and other things, what we do is that we say we don't listen to one side of the story. You got on the suicide. So the thing happened across into another area. You go to the next area. You don't go from one point and start telling people that there is no death, no casualty figure. You go to the other side and see how it's affecting the people on the other side of the place. So they should not just stay on one side and tell us that there was no casualty. If I didn't go to the other side, I wouldn't have seen the casualty if I didn't take the other step.
So the other side is where exactly?
The other side is behind Harmony Avenue. That's where the railway line goes through.
So that's where the spill is?
No, that's where the spill got to.
Okay, that's where the people got burnt?
Yes.
Ah.
That's where they were able to recover some of these bodies because that was like at the edge of it, was like far away from the pipeline. I don't want to go into graphic details, but you see, most of the bodies that we were able to peel out were the people at the edge. The people that were close to the pipeline,
all gone.
Like into the swamp or burnt totally.
So were there any people, was anyone saved?
Okay, there was only
Survivors?
one man. There was only one man. I'm still doing my best to track him. I narrowly escaped him yesterday. He was sitting. He told people around there that he was sitting on the edge
of the rail line.
When the explosion happened. He wasn't inside the swamp. He was just sitting on the edge and fell backwards.
Oh.
Yeah, the explosion took him backwards when it happened. So
was that heavy?
Yes, it was petrol, and before, it was petrol,
and the pipeline is full.
And before, what attracted the residents to that was that the spill was happening so bad, and the pressure was much, and it started flowing all over the swamp. So people were in their houses and they were perceiving petrol.